Allison Weimer of Palatine High School. Last year, she won a state record 4 gold medals, 2 in individual events, 2 in relays. She's looking for more gold today as she closes out her high school career. Sports Channel presents the Illinois High School Association Girls Swimming and Diving Championships. Welcome everybody to Evanston. Expectations unusually high here for the state meet. I'm Mike Liederman along with Bruce Woodbury, who coached 7 girls state champions at New Trier. This could be, Bruce, well, could be the meet of the 22.
This is going to be a great meet. I'm really excited about today's meet.
Well, the matchups are incredible, and we'll start to tell you a little bit, first of all, about Allison Weimer from Palatine. We showed you her just a couple of seconds ago. Twice she has won the 50 and 100 freestyle races. She's also won 3 relays, 7 gold medals in all, and she's trying to do it all again today, but she's going to have some competition. An old rival is back.
Yeah, she does have an old rival, Lindsay Farella. She'll be back. She won the 50 and the 100 as a freshman, took 2 years off to train for the Olympics, and now she's back to compete her senior year.
Lindsay Farella will also be swimming in the 200 freestyle. She hadn't swum that in high school before. All she did yesterday in the preliminaries was break a state record. She will have competition in a 2-time state champion, Ellen Stonebreaker. She's swimming right next to Lindsay.
Yeah, Ellen is back. She won, as you said, as a freshman and a sophomore. She didn't win last year in an upset, but she's back, and she wants to also finish as a strong swim.
This has been an outstanding class from the time they came in as freshmen. Now they're seniors. There's also a junior. Her name is Amy McGowan from Addison Driscoll. She took a year off to train for the Olympics, didn't quite make it, but she's also got the best qualifying times in the 200-yard IM, the individual medley, and the 500-yard free. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of freshmen who could really assume the mantle of the seniors, or maybe knock them off that mantle a little too soon for the seniors.
Yeah, we're going to see some freshmen in the individual medley. Again, in the backstroke, there's freshmen leading the qualifiers, and then 5 out of the 6 freshmen in the breaststroke as well.
So you can see there's a lot of action. We expect several state records. We've also got a team championship to contend for. St. Charles looking for its 3rd in a row. We're ready to go to the pool. We'll bring that to you right after this. Overlooking the pool here at Evanston Township High School, ETHS, as we say, we'll first look at the consolation heat of the 200-yard medley relay. Backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle first. In lane 1 will be Aurora Rosary, working from the top of the screen to the bottom, or right to left. Lane 2, New Trier. Lane 3, Naperville Central, the best qualifying time among the consolation heat. Peoria Richwoods, lane 4, Oak Park River Forest, lane 5, and Arlington Heights Hersey in lane 6. Again, this is the consolation heat. The best any of these teams can hope for is a 7th place finish. Still, when you're talking about team points, Bruce Woodbury, the relays count double the individual events, so good placing here, even from 7 through 12, will help.
Yeah, the top schools try to load the relays because points are doubled here. They are so important, and these are really exciting races because of the team aspect of it.
Good crowd on hand, as you would always expect here at Evanston High School, filled to overflowing. Some of your students have dressed up for the occasion, Bruce. I saw some Trevians waiting in the arts and crafts closet up there.
Yeah, they're goofy as heck. That's what makes this event so much fun, though.
12 events in all. And we are just about set for the start. The meet referee, as always, Charles McCarthy of Orland Park, will set everybody on the blocks. As you look at the Hersey team, Kathy Kilty from Hersey will lead off in the backstroke.
We're ready to go now.
All the officials are ready. There's Diane Barry, the meet manager, checking with some of the officials, and we're just about set to go.
Quiet on the whistle, please.
Mr. Starter.
Take your mark.
Great start in lane 3.
Naperville Central getting out to the early lead with the backstrokers, but in lane 5, Oak Park River Forest there at the bottom of your picture, closely trailed by Hersey.
And Alice Garnett, she looked like she was first off the wall.
Garnett for New Trier.
In lane 2.
End of the first swimming leg. Megan Moore from Aurora Rosary, but touching first is lane 5, Oak Park River Forest. Now into the breaststroke, and again OPRF in the lead. Megan McDonald.
I suspect Richwoods will come up a little bit here. They have a strong breaststroker, and things start to even out a little bit.
Butterfly will be next. Looks like lane 2, New Trier. Lane 5, Oak Park. Lane 2, New Trier touches first. We go to the butterfly. Add to New Trier, Lauren Stark is the flyer.
Lauren had a great meet last night. In fact, New Trier swam real well last night in the preliminaries, taking 2 seconds off her speed time.
In lane 4, Casey Bielenberg, a freshman. Strong performance yesterday in the butterfly. She's starting to gain a little bit, but it is New Trier as we come to the final freestylers here in the consolation. New Trier touches first. Margaret Garnett.
Margaret's in the water first.
Meanwhile, coming up in lane 3, it's Ellen Stonebreaker from Naperville Central.
No, I think it's Angie. She's running
Angie Benson, rather. And Angie Benson from Naperville Central is going to lead them home.
Good strong finish here by Angie.
To the finish line, Angie Bankston blows the field away. Naperville Central comes in first. Peoria Richwood second. And Oak Park River Forest third.
Angie's a senior, and she had a great finish. She was a little bit behind when she started, but she had a great finish. There are the times with a diving board in the way, it looks like.
150.14. And that again, the consolation heat, and good points there for Naperville Central. They are still very much in the team competition. Now let's go to the championship heat. Let's set the lanes for you, lanes 1 through 6. Again, lane 1 at the top of your picture, Glenbrook North. Heather Holt will start with the backstroke. In lane 2 for Lake Forest, Lauren Tellender starting for the backstroke. Yeah, her dad's a columnist. You may have seen him on Sports Channel as well. Rick. In lane 3, Wabansie Valley with the fastest time, 1:48.47. Lane 4, Naperville North. Lane 5, Freeport. And St. Charles looking for some team points in lane 6.
We want to keep our eye on in lane 3 here. They just missed the state record last night, and there are 3 freshmen on that relay team, 1 senior.
Cassie Rivera, the backstroke now.
She was a little deep on her start, and it looks like she could move her arms a little bit faster.
In lane 1, Heather Holt for Glenbrook North. Wabansie Valley trailing now as they come to the wall. And coming to the wall first, it looked like Lake Forest. Now the breaststrokers. I'm taking a look again.
Looks like Patty Fisher from Naperville Central got out there. And Emily Pascal, she's a freshman, and in the finals of the breaststroke, she's taking the lead now.
Wabansie Valley doing an excellent job on the breaststroke with Jessica Wagner, another freshman.
She's a finalist in the breaststroke as well.
And here is Christina Iaquinto, the only senior on this team. She is the butterflyer. A lot of experience, but she will hand it off to Dee Dee Wojtowicz, another freshman for the freestyle. She is challenged by a freshman, Florence Morrow, for Lake Forest in lane 2. Morrow in the yellow cap, Iaquinto in the black, just a shade ahead. Meanwhile, lane 4 also coming up is Naperville North. So here comes the finish. Wabansie Valley out there in the middle of the pool. Dee Dee Wojtowicz, the freshman. Next to her, Christine Chang from Naperville North.
Naperville North turns first.
Wojtowicz at the top of your picture. Chang now trying to steal it for North. They are stroke for stroke as they come to the finish line.
And it is
Wabansie Valley. 1:48.30, not a record. But what a finish by Wabansie Valley, because Naperville North had the lead at the turn.
What a finish, what a finish.
Naperville North second, Freeport again, and
Here's your finish. Waubonsee Valley's just on top. You can see that she touches out. What a great finish. 3 freshmen and a senior, and you can tell how happy she is.
The team for Waubonsee Valley, they have won the first relay, the first event here at Evanston High School. Well, the freshmen have quickly shown they are here to make an impact. Kathy Laveras, Jessica Wagner, Dee Dee Wojtowicz, along with the senior Christina Iaquinto for Waubonsee Valley's Warriors. They take the first event here, the 200-yard medley relay. The time 1:48.30, about 4/10 off the state record. Second, Naperville North, Freeport High School. The Pretzels of Freeport High School coming in third. Next, let's take a look at the 200-yard freestyle. Again, the Country Company's starting lineup for the consolation heat. Lane 1. Oh, first let's take a look rather at the championship results. Aurora, Naperville, Freeport, Lake Forest, St. Charles, and Glenbrook North. Now we will go to event number 2, the 200-yard freestyle. Again, the consolation heat to precede the championship. There are your starting lineups. Amy Eiler from Stagg High School, Palos Hills in lane 1. Sarah Mutz from Barrington, the senior, in lane 2. Emily Pearson, the fastest among the consolation qualifiers, from New Trier, lane 3. Molly Vetter from University High. She has been in the top 10 in this event all 3 years. She is now a junior. She's in lane 4. Jenna Stringle, lane 5, finished 10th a year ago. And Maureen Zueda, who finished 4th here last year, is in the consolation heat this year. Maureen from Lombard East.
This is 8 lengths of the pool freestyle. It really is a sprint.
Lane 6 at the bottom of your picture, lane 1 at the top.
Great shot of the start there. One thing to note is how long the strokes are here. They pull all the way back. They reach way out, and the girls reach way out in front, and they have real strong leg kicks.
Lane 4, Molly Vetter from Normal U High. Looks to be in the lead right now. Maureen's Wade in lane 6. Challenging her after 50 yards.
Some girls go out real hard and then have trouble hanging on. Others try to pace the race all the way through and build up throughout the race.
So far, it's Wada in lane 6 at the bottom of your picture with the lead.
She turns first.
Wada, we told you, finished 4th here a year ago, coming from the outside, which of course is the roughest water.
But it's hard for everybody to see them, including me right here.
And it is still Wada of Glenbard East in lane 6.
She's ahead of the field, and if you're over in lane 1 trying to compete against the other girls, it's hard to see.
In lane 4, Molly Vetter from Normal U High. And you can hardly see lane 6 from the shot. Now we've got her coming at you.
And Molly's coming on strong here. She's overtaking the lead. 2 laps to go.
And Vetter touches first. Lane 4, Molly Vetter from Normal University High.
By about a 1/10 of a second.
Emily Pearson from New Trier is in second, and now it's Vetter. And still in lane 6. Wada won't go away, as you would expect.
Emily had a good turn. Reads and looked right at her competition there. You notice how the girls have moved over close to the lane lines.
There is Vetter in lane 4. Lane 3 is Pearson. Lane 6, Wada is not going to make it. It'll be lane 4, Molly Vetter.
Emily Pearson second.
And Barrington Sarah Mutz in third, and the best time of the consolation, 1:54.83. Wada coming in fourth. That was a good race. It was a good warm-up. Take a look at the...
It was a great race.
Molly Vetter from University High. She will have 3 places in 3 years, 4th, 6th, and now 7th. Now here it is, one of the first confrontations we've been looking forward to, the 200-yard freestyle finals. Allison Olek from Palatine from lane 1. Kathleen Gilbert, lane 2, Oak Park River Forest. Lindsay Farella, our first look at her in 3 years, lane 3 from Elk Grove Village. Next to her, Naperville Central's Ellen Stonebreaker. There's the competition there. Christine Brenner from St. Charles, lane 5, and a freshman, don't count her out, Florence Morrow from Lake Forest. She is in lane 6, but the action is on the middle of the pool with Farella in the white cap and Stonebreaker with the cap in the end next to her.
Farella off to a great start. She's a beautiful swimmer. All the little things she's perfected from the start, pushing off, breathing. She is out hard. She set a state record here last night, and I'm sure she wants to try to build on that. I know she wants to go out a champion.
And she bettered the state record by half a second. It was 149.67. She came in at 149.06.
Ellen's
After
not
50 yards at Stonebreaker in second, but Farella has got half a body length lead.
Ellen Stonebreaker is not going to go away easily.
Stonebreaker won this event 2 years in a row, finished second in a bit of an upset last year. Her senior year, she wants to see if she can challenge Farella and get back on top. Coming up to the 100-yard mark, it's Farella and Stonebreaker. And lane 2 on the top, Kathleen Gilbert of Oak Park.
They're about half a second apart right now. Ellen is going to have to build in this 50 if she wants to have a chance of challenging at the end. What a race.
Farella putting a little bit more distance now between herself and the rest of the field. $50 yards to go. It is Farella touching first, Stonebreaker second, and Kathleen Gilbert third.
Lindsay's a beautiful swimmer. She has all the little things perfected.
Farella and Stonebreaker as they make the final turn. Farella has got a body length lead. Lindsay Farella coming back to state. And she will lead the field. Farella 149.37, just above the state record she set yesterday. So Lindsay Farella is first. Ellen Stonebreaker takes second for the second year in a row, and Kathleen Gilbert, a junior from Oak Park, comes in third.
Ellen Stone. Watch the finish here as Lindsay finishes. Stretches way out in front. She's got a great turnover, and she looks like she's hardly breathing. But she worked real hard in that race and had a great finish.
Lindsay Farella. We will see much more of her today from Elk Grove Village, from Elk Grove. The champion at 200 yards freestyle. Awards coming up. We'll see Lindsay up close. There's the finish of the 200-yard freestyle. Lindsay Farella, she's back. First time she has entered this event, and she has won it. Ellen Stonebreaker, two-time winner here, takes her second straight second place. Kathleen Gilbert of Oak Park third, and then Brennan of St. Charles. The freshman Morrow of Lake Forest fifth, and Allison Olek, a friend, in sixth place. And here is a look at
that's Ellen Stonebreaker
Ellen Stonebreaker, who is second for the second year in a row. So that's not Lindsay Farella, and there is Lindsay Farella.
I think Ellen is really happy. I think she did her best time, lifetime best. She couldn't have done it without Lindsay pushing her. Time's everything to these girls, doing lifetime's best. I know they like to get the best place for their team, but I think time is really what counts for them.
There is Lindsay. We will see her again against Allison Weimer in the 100. But for now, she is 1 for 1, a gold in the 200-yard freestyle. Next up, the 200-yard individual medley. A lot of variety here. The butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, and the freestyle. Again, the consolation heat. Emily Peasley from Glenbard East in lane 1. Megan Moore of Aurora Rosary, lane 2. Freshman Paula Nosol of St. Charles, lane 3. Sarah Frauman of Deerfield, lane 4. Melissa Lumpkis, who won the backstroke last year, will swim the IM in lane 5 for Oak Park River Forest Huskies, and Kristen Cullen, a senior from Friend High School, in lane 6, your Country Company's starting lineup. Again, this is a good warm-up, Bruce, because we're going to take a look at Amy McGowan against 2 freshmen in the championship heat, and that should be interesting too, although Amy is odds-on to win this one.
Yeah, Amy is, I talked to her before the meet, and she's pretty excited about this and the 500.
And lane 6, Kristen Cullen. Right there.
We changed strokes. This is the most difficult event, I believe, in swimming. Butterfly, first 50, backstroke, breaststroke, and then the freestyle. Different muscle groups, different techniques, different stresses on the body.
Lane 4, Sarah Frauman of Deerfield.
Just a freshman. She's out. I know she's excited today.
And lane 1, touching first, top of the picture, Emily Peasley, a sophomore from Glenbard East.
Now, Melissa Lumpkins was last there, but as you pointed out earlier, that she is the winner in the backstroke last year, so we know her strongest stroke is backstroke. And she turned second there.
Trying to make up some distance here in her specialty. The defending state backstroke champion is challenging for the lead, but at the top, there's Emily Peasley, the sophomore, who has got the lead as they will switch to the breaststroke.
No, I don't think Emily is a breaststroke. It'll be interesting to see how things even out here. I know Paula Nozel is a breaststroker, and she's right in the middle. She'll catch up a little bit here.
Pauline also second from the top from St. Charles, challenging Peasley now and going ahead of her. Returning first is Lumpkins still. And Melissa Lumpkins in the orange cap. There is Melissa. And from Rosary, you see Megan Moore, a freshman. She is in lane 2.
And Paula has caught up, and now everybody's pretty much even going into the final freestyle leg.
Nozel touches first. Check it. Megan Moore, the freshman from Rosary, touches first in lane 2. Nozel in lane 3.
Megan's coming on strong, and look at Emily in lane 1 too. She's right in the race too.
Moore turning there in the middle of your picture. Megan Moore, a freshman, as they come to the finish line. Moore in lane 2 with the beads right there on the cap. Coming up, Megan Moore, the freshman, and it is Megan Moore.
Emily Peasley is second, and Paula Nozel from St. Charles looks like she got third. A great race, especially in the upper part of the pool.
Well, freshmen finish 1 and 3. Again, this is the consolation. The time 1:02:10:47. Not fast time, but let's take a look here at the final.
Look at the final finish here.
Yards.
And again, a lot of breathing at the end. The girls are tired. Last 5 yards. That's what the flags indicate there. And Megan just touches her out. Nice, just a beautiful race. Nice swimming. Top 3 places right at the top of the pool. They had their own little group there, all about 2:10, and then the lower lanes 4, 5, and 6, they were in the bottom 3 there, all around 2:12.
Megan Moore wins the consolation. Now let's go to the championship heat in the 200-yard individual medley. Jennifer Bean, another freshman from the Lincoln Way New Lenox, lane 1. Jessica Wagner, freshman. Aurora's Wabansi Valley, lane 2. The top qualifier, Amy McGowan, the Madison Driscoll, lane 3. She finished 4th in 94. Amy Pisula, again a freshman from Freeport High School. Another pretzel. Yes, that's the nickname. In lane 4. Lane 5, Jackie Sandell from Johnsburg, and Erica Von Out from St. Charles, lane 6. There are your competitors. We're looking at Amy McGowan, who is in the middle of the picture, just ready to get on the block. On lane 1 is Jennifer Bean from Lincoln Way. Next to her, Jessica Wagner, and McGowan next to her. There is Amy in the middle. And we're just about set here, starting out with the butterfly. Going to the backstroke, the breaststroke, and the freestyle. 50 yards each for the 200-yard IM.
Amy's really a distance swimmer, but she has 4 really strong strokes. There's not really a weakness in her race. This ought to be really exciting.
After 25 yards, Magawa in lane 3, the middle of your pool. And next to her on the right, Jessica Wagner, the freshman, staying with Amy. Coming to the end of the butterfly leg. Magawa and Emily Pasula, the other freshman. With Magawa touching first.
I know Emily's a breaststroker. She's a finalist in the breaststroke. She's real strong there. It's just going to be whether she's going to be strong enough to hang on for the whole race. Amy, what a great turn there.
Magawa at the top of your picture. Next to her is Emily Pasula from Freeport. And Magawa putting a little distance between her and the field.
Look at Amy's turnover in the backstroke. She's getting stronger and stronger. Great turn there. While Emily's hand touches, Amy does a flip turn. A little bit faster.
Breaststroke leg, Magawa in front. Pasula in second. And the rest of the field is trailer. We're looking at Amy Magawa. The record is 2:03.56.
And Emily, the breaststroker, is coming on strong here to challenge Amy, and this is probably the best thing for Amy.
That's Pasula at the bottom of your picture. The angle shows it a lot more distant than it actually is. It's maybe a stroke difference. Now, 50 yards of freestyle.
Amy just kind of explodes off the wall, and she hasn't slowed down her turnover at all.
Pasula, the second fastest qualifier, coming here to the final 25 yards. Magawa's got this one salted away. And they're looking for 2:03.56 is the record. We're at 2 minutes now. Will she get it? 2:02, 2:03, not quite. 2:04.09.
Amy looked a little bit disappointed there, but she's got another year. It's a great swim. That's a heck of a record that she was challenging. And it was a nice race. Look at she's happy.
And the freshman finished 2-3. Pasula in second, and Jessica Wagner from Abonte Valley in third. And let's take a look at the finish here. No one is challenging Amy.
Amy's stroke looks a little bit unorthodox above the water, but it's not above the water that counts. It's below the water. And I watched it real carefully last night, and she has got a very efficient stroke underwater. And it's real strong. I know some people in the balcony were saying, oh, look at that weird stroke, but underwater it is beautiful.
Amy Magawa, she took a year off to train for the Olympics. As we told you, she was a top 6 finisher in the 400-yard individual medley. Did not qualify for the Olympics, but she's back here, and she has won a gold medal at state. We'll be back. The 200-yard individual medley, the winner, Amy Magawa from Addison Driscoll. Again, she finished 4th 2 years ago. She is back and at the top spot. Second freshman and third freshman. Pasula of Freeport and Wagner of Abonte Valley. Von Out of St. Charles, 4th. Jennifer Bean of Lincoln Way, 5th. And Jackie Sandel of Johnsburg finishes 6th. And here is Amy Magawa. Remember, she's got a year to go. She is just a junior, and she is coming up on the stand now and will get her gold medal. There's Amy. Art Edstrom, the swim coach at Deerfield High School, putting the medal around her neck. And a fine effort, just missing a state record, but Amy will take it. Thank you very much. All right, next up, don't blink, you may miss it. The 50-yard freestyle, just up and back, 2 lengths of the pool. Consolation heat, freshman Jessica Roberts from Hinsdale Central Lane 1, Angie Bankston, Naperville Central Lane 2. Christina Iaquinto finished second in this event a year ago, didn't make the final cut here from Abonte Valley. She will be in Lane 3. Colleen Farrell from Bennett Academy, Lane 4. Marie Lehner of Evanston, Lane 5. And Sarah Hoppy from Glenbrook North, Lane 6. Again, the consolation of the 50-yard freestyle. It has one of the longest standing state records, 23.15 seconds, set in 1980.
I hope it goes today.
Well, in the next heat, it just might.
This race is just the start. A lot of arm movement and hard kicking, and the finish.
Iaquinto in the middle of the pool has the lead, but it's too early to split, and here they come. Lane 2, Angie Bengston. Lane 1, Jessica Roberts, the freshman. Bengston in lane 2, and it is Bengston in lane 2, nosing out Iaquinto. Angie Bengston from Naperville Central wins the consolation heat. The time 24.39.
She's very happy. You see how close the race is there. Not much splits them. In a race like this, it goes by so fast, and just one little mistake can change it for the finish. Here's the very end of the race. You can see the strong finish, no breathing. The 50 swimmers hardly take a breath, and nice strong finish. As I said, you have to have a really strong kick.
Bengston first. Iaquinto, who finished second a year ago, 12th the year before, takes second in the consolation. Jessica Roberts, the freshman, takes third. Now on to the championship heat. Allison Weimer is the story here. We'll see if she can do it again. Katrina Freer from Boylan. Rockford Boylan, lane 1. Danielle Hulick, a freshman from Galesburg, lane 2. Weimer from Palatine, lane 3. Next to her, Carolyn Griever is a threat in lane 4. Amanda Dorr from Stagg, lane 5. Jackie Molzon, a freshman, lane 6. The record again, 23:15. Weimer went 23:27 in the prelims. Allison in the burgundy suit.
Allison is such a great swimmer. She comes up really strong. Her high head position, great turnover. She had a little trouble with her turn last night. Let's see how she does today. Terrific turn.
Weimer the head of the field. Hulick of Galesburg second. This is all Weimer. Can she set the record?
Keep your eye on the clock. 22.
21, 22. Yes, she did it. Allison Weimer has done it.
Yes.
22.78, and she didn't break it by a little. She broke it by a lot in the 50-yard race.
She crushed it. The turn was the difference between last night's swim and tonight. The fans in this place are standing. They appreciate the swim that she had today. What a great swim. Look at the turn now. She'll see that she gets her legs over fast, and she's kicking right away off the wall. She's got the... I don't know if she took a breath. I didn't see her take a breath. There's a breath. And then now watch her finish. Strong finish, accelerating her hand through the wall, and she can't see the clock. The fans can see the clock. All of us can see the clock. She doesn't know yet that she broke the record. There's a 4-year pursuit of a record.
Her
Wow.
third straight first-place finish, and she caps it with a state record, 22.78. A lot of happy Pirates. We'll be back. History made here today. You see the state record just set by Allison Weimer, 22.78. The existing record, 23.15, set in 1980 by Betsy Linda New-Trier. It is long smashed, only 9 100ths off the national girls mark. Allison Weimer winning, Carolyn Griever second. Freer of Rockford Boylan third, then Hulick, Molzon, and Dorr fourth, fifth, and sixth. And there, coming up, Allison Weimer. She has won this event 3 years in a row. She has come close to the state record, but this is a fitting cap on this part of her career. But Bruce, it just makes the upcoming duel with Lindsay Farella even more exciting in the 100.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Allison, she was so focused before the meet. I know she wanted this record. I hope we get a chance to see the replay again. And here it is. Look at this angle, the replay. You can see her taking a breath, and she had a little trouble getting her hand over the water that once at the beginning there. But strong finish, no breath, strong finish. Her momentum turned her around, and look at how happy she is. What a relief. A 4-year pursuit trying to break that record.
And you know who else is extremely happy, of course, besides her family? Coach Ed Richardson, and what a job he has done. Allison Weimer, the state champion for the 3rd year in a row, and now the state record holder in the 50-yard freestyle. Lots more coming up. We'll get the boards out, and we'll be diving next. Time now for the diving competition. 12 divers will compete with their final 3 dives. And the pool, usually so noisy, is hushed, of course, for the diving. And Nicole Vanderbeek from Stevenson High School will be up first, and she is standing 6th now after 8 dives, 3 more to come here. She'll do a forward 1 somersault with a twist.
She was out a little bit far from the board. We'd like her to be real close, a lot closer to the board.
3s and 3 1/2 up to 4 1/2 for Vanderbeek. Now here is Laura Benedetti from Hoffman Estates High School, a senior. Stands 4th after 8 dives. Back somersault, half a twist.
That was a good, a real good entry. She was a lot closer to the board and a lot better height on that dive.
Generally 5s for Benedetti. And here's Amelia Tate, senior at Lake Forest. Amelia 11th out of the 12 here.
A nice double. A lot of girls have this in their program. It's not that difficult to do.
4 1/2 to 6s, a wide range. And next up, Katie Dintelman from Westland High. She's a senior, a back 1 1/2 somersault with a half twist. Katie is 5th in the competition to this point.
That's a pretty difficult dive, and she looked like she needed to take it a little bit deeper. She tried to save it, and that's why we had that extra splash there at the end.
5 1/2 and 6s for Katie Dintelman.
Yeah, those are good scores. Remember, the top score and the lower score is dropped out.
And the rest are average. Here's Amanda Cruz from Champaign Central. Amanda, 17-year-old senior, finished 4th a year ago, 7th the year before that. Very experienced diver. An inward 1 1/2. 2.4 degrees.
Very strong diver. And real nice entry there.
5 1/2 and 6 1/2 from the judges for Amanda Cruz. Next up, you're looking at Becky Schmitz from Barrington. Becky, also a senior, will do a reverse dive pike, a 1.8 degree of difficulty. She finished 8th here a year ago.
This is one of the required dives they're expected to do at one of the last 3 dives. They have 2 optionals, 1 required. That's why the difficulty was low here. Her more difficult dives are coming up.
5 1/2 and 6s for Becky. Next, Andrea Flo from Rockford Guilford, a senior. Andrea, 7th place finisher a year ago. Andrea Flo. A forward dive with a half twist.
Twist there, over a little bit. Looks like she lost control a little bit on the dive.
4 1/2 to 5, generally for Andrea. And the encouragement for Deanne Shedd from Fremd High, a junior. Deanne to do a forward 1 1/2 with a twist. 1.8. She is 12.
A little hop at the end there.
4, 3 1/2.
You hear the judges' scores, 3 1/2 to 4 1/2 for Deanne Shedd. Next is Reed Evans. And Reed Evans
For 2 1/2 somersault pike, 2.6.
one of the top finishers here a year ago. 2.6 degree of difficulty here, and she didn't catch it.
A little short on the dive. She looked very confident when she was doing her approach. And then she twisted and just didn't come out at the right time. It looked a little short.
Let's take a look at a replay as Reed Evans goes into this 2.6.
Almost ran on the at the beginning there, and that made her a little bit short.
Here is Erin Murphy from New Trier. Erin stands in ninth.
She looked pretty looked strong on that one.
4, 3 1/2, 5, 4 1/2.
3.5 to 5 for Erin Murphy. And Maureen O'Brien from Springfield. She is a junior, a reverse dive pike, 1.8. She is 10th in the competition now.
Nice job on that. She was working on that dive in warm-ups, I noticed, and looked like she was having some difficulty with it, but she's coming out smiling there. She loves the camera.
High mom right there, 4.5 to 5 for Maureen. And here is the leader after 8 dives, Liz Olson, finished third a year ago. She is from Barrington, a 16-year-old junior, a back 1.5 somersault with 1.5 twist.
Very nice dive. I thought she had a lot of rocking at the beginning, and sometimes judges take off for that rocking.
6s and 5.5 for Liz Olson.
52-23, and 1 somersault, 1 1/2 twist.
And once again, we'll see Nicole Vanderbeck from Stevenson. This time with a back somersault, 1.5 twist, 2.3 degree of difficulty. And as you know, you multiply the judges' scores by degree of difficulty, and that gives you your point total, and it all gets added up and averaged out. Nicole Vanderbeck.
Nice. Good twister. Nice twisting dive. She looked a lot more confident on that dive than she did in her first dive. Remember when she was way out towards the shallow end of the pool.
5 5s and 5 O's with a 4 and a 3.5 thrown in. And here is Laura Benedetti. Her second dive here in the final round from Hoffman Estates, a back somersault, 2.5 twist. Laura is 4th.
She had a nice twisting above the water there. I didn't get to check out her entry very well from my angle, but she had some good scores there. And a real difficult dive.
From 3s to 5.5. Here is Amelia Tate from Lake Forest. Her second dive in the final round. Amelia Tate standing 11th. Forward 1.5 somersault with a twist, 2.2 degree of difficulty.
A little short on her entry as well there. Ideally, we'd like to see it a little more vertical. You can see that she gets her head in, but her legs still haven't come up yet.
3s and 4s for Amelia Tate. Katie Dintelman next from Westland. Katie a forward 2.5. Somersault 2.4 degree of difficulty. Katie is 5th in the competition.
See, her coach is real happy with that dive.
4s, 4.5s, and 5s. Katie liked it.
Yeah, Katie did like it. Some nice height in the tuck could be a little bit stronger there, and then a kick out. Nice, nice. Got to get her hands down a little quicker.
Amanda Cruz now in second place with a back somersault. Very tough dive, very high degree of difficulty.
Amanda is diving real well. She's strong and compact and able to get that dive in the water real well.
Decent scores, 5s and 5.5s from the judges. Becky Schmitz now from Barrington, 8th place. Reverse 1.5. Tuck.
So you can see how she went over a little bit on the dive. real confident on the takeoff and looked like she was under control, and then on the entry she just went over a little bit. Nice dive.
Range from 4 to 5.5 for Becky Schmitz. Here's Andrea Flo now from Rockford Guilford. 7th place going into the final round. Forward 1.5 with a twist.
Rockford always has some real strong divers, and Andrea did a nice job with that dive.
5s and 5.5. 5.5, we should say, for Andrea. Next, Deanne Shed from Friend. Back 1.5 somersault. 2.2 degree of difficulty, Deanne Shed. 12th here, trying to move it up.
That looks a lot stronger than her first dive. Looks a little more confident on that dive.
And here we look at
Lifts
it
her
again.
hands up, grabs her legs, and kicks out. She wasn't as close to the board as she looked there. She was a good foot.
Here is Reed Evans. 2nd place. Standing 3rd now.
That was a real nice dive. She was able to get some real good height, touched her toes, and able to get it in the water. Pretty well controlled, and the scores were reflecting that.
Generally in the 5 range for Reed Evans. And here is Erin Murphy in 9th place from New Trier. A reverse 1.5, 2.3 degree of difficulty.
Erin thinks this is her toughest dive, and she had it real nice under control. Some of the people in the balcony thought she was a little close to the board, but it's not as close as people think. You get a bad perspective from sitting up here, and you could tell she kicked out real strong. Just had to get those legs together a little bit more.
Good marks, 5s and 6s, and a 6.5. Maureen O'Brien from Springfield, the junior. Reverse 1.5. Hike 2.5 degree of difficulty for Maureen. Well, 3s and 3.5. Maureen knew she missed that, and she has another good word for us. Now Liz Olson, the leader, with a back 1.5, somersault 1.5 twist. Tough dive, 2.5 degree of difficulty. Again, she finished third a year ago. She leads going into the final. Well, you liked it. Fans liked it.
I don't have one of those little cards in my hand.
Well, the judges are giving her decent marks. 5s, 5.5, and 6s, 6.5.
I like the twisting on this. She was real technically real good, and the entry wasn't as strong as it might have been, but I think that might have just sealed up her state championship.
Final round now. Nicole Vanderbeck from Stevenson, forward somersault, 2 twists full, 2.3 degree of difficulty. Nicole is 6th going into these final dives.
Nicole has a tendency to get out there quite a bit away from the board.
Could well be back next year. There's Laura Benedetti. Team from Hoffman Estates. Stands 4th in final diving order, in final dives rather. Forward 2 somersaults, hike 2.3 degree of difficulty.
Pretty deliberate on the approach. When she sped it up and then she twisted, and you could hear that slap, and that was the sole of her feet hitting the water.
3s and 4s to 4.5 for Laura. Here's Amelia Tate from Lake Forest High. Senior in 11th place. Her final dive, the reverse 1/2 twist.
tell you, it's taking away some of her competition. Concentration, I'm saying. Yeah.
Amelia Tate, 53.11, reverse dive, 1/2 twist, straight, 1.8.
Here's Amelia.
Scores. 1.5, 4, 3,
3s and 4s for Amelia Tate. Now you see what the concentration is like. You don't realize it until you see it break.
Yeah.
In this competition, we have seen divers just absolutely blank on that diving board. It is very, very tense. Katie Dintelman, her final dive.
You need 11 dives to get through the competition, and sometimes they do everything, all their good ones early. They don't have much left at the end.
Katie from Westland High School, senior.
Nice.
Very well done. Katie Dintelman, she's 5th, looking to move it up. A reverse 1.5 somersault pike, 2.5 degree of difficulty. Quite a range there, 3.5 to 5s.
Good. Look at the entry here. She was nice above the water, nice pike, and then a little sloppy on the entry.
Here's the
Easy for me to see.
diver in 2nd place, Amanda Cruz, Champaign Central, a back 1.5 full. Her supporters liked it. 6.5s and 7s.
I like Amy's a good little diver. I like the way she dives, and I like the way she seems very focused.
Good scores for Amanda Cruz. Here's Becky Schmitz.
2.3.
2.3 degree of difficulty, a front 1 somersault, 2 twists, 4s and 5.5.
She had a good twist on that. She was able to get a good entry. These girls are pretty relieved that's their last dive. Some of them of their careers.
Andrea Flo, the senior from Rockford Guilford, a forward 2.5. Tuck, 2.4 degree of difficulty.
Came out a little bit late, but it is a high degree of difficulty dive, a 2.4 dive.
So the final dive for Andrea Flo. Here's Deanne Shedd from Palatine. Deanne, a back 1 somersault, 2.5 twist, full. Difficult dive, 2.7 degree of difficulty.
Wow, what a twister she is. She saved the best last. That was a great dive for her.
Getting some decent marks as she endeavors to move up from the 12th spot.
Finally, a smile. Good twisting. Got her hands down. Fairly good entry, looking straight ahead.
Now here's Reed Evans, the highest place finisher from last year. She came in 2nd. 3rd to this point.
She kind of ran to the end of the board there and then stopped and then did her dive.
4, 3, 4, 3.
3s and 4s for Reed Evans. Her final dive. Here's Erin Murphy now from New Trier. Erin in 9th place. Her final dive. And a nice effort by Erin Murphy. A 1.7 degree of difficulty forward, 1.5 pike.
That was her required for the last 3 dives. And she'd done harder ones earlier.
5s, 6s to 6.5 for her.
She's going to move up a little.
Maureen O'Brien from Springfield in 10th place, our next to last diver. Maureen, a forward 2.5 tuck, 2.4 degree of difficulty.
Could have used a little more height there in her entry. Bent at the waist.
And the final diver. Her final dive coming up. Liz Olson in first place. Has done well on these final dives. Now needs a good one here to seal it. A front 2.5 tuck, 2.4 degree of difficulty. The final dive.
Let's see if she has enough. I know that...
she knows she didn't like it.
Yeah, Amanda Cruz is really charging, too, so it'll be interesting to see.
All right, well, we're going to get the scores totaled up, and we will bring you the final standings in the diving competition. Then more swimming. Back to the pool after this. Well, the diving championships couldn't get much closer. A single point separated the first and second finishers. The number one, the gold medalist for 1996, you see Amanda Cruz of Champaign Central. Her score, 425.3. Liz Olson from Barrington leading going into the final three dives, 424.3. Reed Evans, who finished second a year ago, drops to third this year. The senior from Champaign Centennial. Katie Dintelman from Westland was fourth. Fifth was Becky Schmitz from Barrington. Sixth, Laura Benedetti from Hoffman Estates. And let's take a look at Amanda's dives here in the finals.
There's her inward 1.5 somersault dive here. Just a real tight, and that's what the judges are looking for. Kept her toes together, good finish right down to the bottom. Here's her back 1 somersault with a 2.5 twist, and she proves again that she's a great twister. And you know what her real strength is her strength.
Well, she placed top 20 as a freshman, 7th as a sophomore, 4th as a junior, and the progression continues. She's the champion as a senior. Amanda Cruz of Champaign Central. Next, let's pick up the consolation heat of the 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1, Sarah Fallon, sophomore, Naperville North. Lane 2, Valerie Conti from Fenton. Lane 3, Emily Pearson from New Trier. Lane 4, St. Charles, Amy Thomas. Kata Gaughan of Arlington Heights, Hersey. Lane 5, Megan Claney from Northwest Swindon North. Lane 6.
Mr. Starter. Take your mark.
Again, this is the consolation heat. We will have the championship heat coming up. Emily Pearson, the top qualifier here in lane 3, meaning if she wins this, she finishes 7th in the state. Still not too shabby.
And it looks like Valerie Conti of Bentonville Fenton is taking the early lead over in lane 2. Second from the top there. Emily is just below her, and she's starting to catch up a little bit. It's any girl's race.
After 50 yards, it is Emily Pearson by 5/100ths of a second over Valerie Conti. That is Pearson. Now Conti, you see her
starting to pull away a little bit.
Valerie, a junior, coming to the final leg here.
And she's starting to pull away. She got a good turn there.
That's Conti in the blue cap in lane 2 next to her.
And we got somebody in lane 6 here. Coming on strong.
Lane 2, it will be Valerie Conti, 58.95.
And then Megan Claney from Glenbrook North was second, down in lane 6. Outside smoke, as the girls call it. And she did a nice job, too.
And in third place, Katie Gaughan from Arlington Heights, Hersey. Katie finished 10th a year ago. Megan finished 11th. And Valerie Conti wins the consolation in the time of 58.95.
There's some good swims there. We can see Valerie here finishing. What we can't see is lane 6 at the very bottom, and then she was just a little bit behind. Nice finish. And still
Valerie Conti wins it. Meanwhile, up to the championship heat, Katie Sherwin of Roselle's Lake Park, lane 1. Florence Morrow, the freshman from Lake Forest, lane 2. Lauren Case, the favorite in this race. She finished second a year ago from York High School in Elmhurst, lane 3. Jocelyn Petrella from Naperville North, lane 4. The sophomore from New Trier, Lindell Hasbani in lane 5. And Casey Bielenberg, another freshman from Richwoods, lane 6.
Hasbani from New Trier got a great start.
Hasbani in lane 5, Pace in lane 3 in the middle of the pool. And Pace seems to have an early lead after 25 yards.
And then we got Petrelli there in lane 4. She's off to a good start as well.
Petrella, fourth place finisher last year. Halfway home, it looks like Lauren Pace, the senior. She touches first. Right behind her is Jocelyn Petrella.
They seemed a little slow on the turn, getting off the wall, but then they picked it up right away again.
That's Pace in the white cap as they touch at 75 yards. And Pace has a commanding lead. Well, not commanding, but she's got a couple of strokes. But watch Petrella coming up just below her. Tough angle here, but they are pretty close. But Pace looks like she will hold on here. Then coming up in lane 2 is a freshman, Morrow, but it is Pace. Lauren Pace, the time 57.12, and she takes first place. The senior from York High with the freshman Petrella coming in, Jocelyn Petrella, the junior, coming in second, and Florence Morrow, the freshman, coming in third. You're looking there at Morrow. She has already made an impact here. She's one of those touted freshmen we've been telling you about. But the winner, finally, she has done everything but win this race, Lauren Pace. She finished second a year ago, third 2 years ago, second as a freshman. Now as a senior, she finally gets that gold medal for a state championship.
It was a nice race, and it's hard to tell even as they're getting within 5 yards, because some of their hands are forward, some of them are back, depending on where they are in their stroke. And we can see that on the replay here, I hope. Yeah, here we can see that, you know, not all their hands are going together at the same time, and the girls have the time, so they want to hit with a stretched out straight arm, and sometimes it means not taking a stroke, an extra stroke, and just kind of reaching out for the wall and kind of praying that your hands are going to get in there before the other gal.
All right, Lauren Pace, the winner. Will have the awards presentation and then the race of the meet. Everyone thinks the 100-yard freestyle. That means Weimer. That means Farella head-to-head coming up. The broadcast rights to tonight's state swimming and diving championships have been granted to Sports Channel and Intersport Television by the Illinois High School Association. Any broadcast of this event without the written consent of the IHSA, Sports Channel, and Intersport Television is strictly prohibited. I'm Mike Lederman along with Bruce Woodbury. Liz Mock is our spotter. We've got Michelle Godwin in the truck with our Sports Channel crew. We hope you're enjoying the state girls swim meet. And there were the results from the 100-yard butterfly with Lauren Pace in her fourth try winning this event. Jocelyn Petrella from Naperville North second, and the freshman Florence Morrow third, followed by another freshman, Casey Bielenberg, the sophomore Inbal Hasbani from New Trier, and Katie Sherwin from Lake Park. And here is the 100-yard butterfly champion, Lauren Pace, who certainly said it in this event.
I love the award ceremonies. The girls, the pressure's off them, and they're smiling and seem so relaxed.
And I'd like to have the flower concession for...
Yeah,
I think
true.
Several greenhouses have been devoid of flowers for quite some time. A lot of supermarkets, too. Congratulations are due to Lauren Pace. And next up, the 100-yard freestyle. First, the consolation, the freshman Deidre Wojtowicz from Waubonsee Valley in lane 1. Colleen Farrell, a senior from Bennett Academy, lane 2. Sarah Mutt, 7th place finisher a year ago, the best qualifier in the consolation, lane 3, along with teammate Jackie Molzon, a freshman. Rena Kellenson from Rock Island, lane 5. And from Stagg High School, Amanda Dorr. The 100-yard freestyle consolation. Going for state placing 7 through 12. Again, very important not only for the individuals, but for team points for the schools.
Very clean start.
Well, Mutz and Molzon are teammates, and they are out neck and neck, lanes 3 and 4.
And Rock Island, lane 5, looks like they're out too. The girl with the red cap.
That's Rena Tomlinson. And next to her, again in lane 6, you can't see, it's Amanda Dorr halfway home. The first touch is lane 4, Jackie Molzon.
Jackie's just a freshman from Barrington going against Sarah, who's been here two times before as a finalist.
And coming on the turn for home, Sarah Mutt there. Second, next to her is Jackie Molzon. Mutt and Molzon, 3 across with Colleen Farrell. Coming up in lane 1 is the brother freshman Mojdowicz. And it is Jackie Molzon.
From Barrington, the freshman. Sarah Mutt, the senior, congratulating one another, their teammates.
The time 53:48. Again, well off the state record. But there is Jackie Molzon, who will...
here's the finish here. And there's Jackie at the bottom of your screen. And nice finish with the strong reaching out. She's got her hands straight. That's just where you want to be. Good body position and nice strong leg kick at the end.
All right, but now for the main event, the heavyweight event. The 100-yard freestyle finals. Danielle Hewitt, the freshman from Galesburg, lane 1. Christina Iaquinto, Wabanti Valley, lane 2. Then the big 2, Lindsay Farella from Elk Grove Village, lane 3. Next to her, Allison Weimer from Palatine, lane 4. Kristen Brennan, St. Charles, lane 5. Kristen Vanek from Peoria Richwood, lane 6. Weimer has won this race the past 2 years. Farella has not been in the field.
Take your mark.
Amy, Allison, I mean, just got off to a little bit of a slow start.
That's Farella in the white cap in lane 3. Next to her is Weimer. Farella has the lead.
Just barely.
Another state record could be in jeopardy here. 50.43. They come halfway home. It is Farella, the first touch, right behind her.
Here's the race, right here. This lap is the race. Allison had a little bit of a poor turn, looked a little deep. There's not much room for mistakes in this race, but there she had a great turn.
Here they come to the finish. It is Farella on the top, Weimer on the bottom. Farella's got a lead. Weimer trying to turn it on in the final 5 yards. Here they come. Just what you thought.
Oh
by 4/100ths of a second, it is Farella. 4/100ths of a second. And guess what? Another state record. Both of them have broken the state record of 50.43.
What a race. What a finish. And you can tell that I don't think either of them could have done it on their own. They needed each other to break that state record. They both did. It's too bad there's only room for one line in the record book.
Well, these two know each other. They train together in the off season. They train with Palatine's coach Ed Richardson. There's Lindsay Farella right there. Again, the story, you know it by now, I'm sure. She's gone the last couple of years, did not swim competitively in state competition to train for the Olympics.
Here's a replay of the finish. Allison takes her last breath there. I really thought she had her. She reaching out and...
Wow. One of those things, the touch, of course, underwater you can't see, but both of them embracing. 50.16 seconds for Lindsay Farella, 50.20 for Allison Weimer.
Lindsay just didn't recover on that last stroke. She drove her hand to the wall, and it was very evident on the finish there, and that was the difference. Wow.
Well, this crowd is pumped up. We'll let everybody settle down, and we'll be back. Well, the race was everything everyone expected, and by 4/100ths of a second, Lindsay Farella takes the gold medal, a new state record. Allison Weimer, who broke the existing state record as well, comes in second, and then the freshman, Kristen Brennan from St. Charles, followed by Vanek of Richwoods, Iaquinto of Wabanti Valley, and Daniel Hewitt of Galesburg. And here is Allison Weimer. Had won this event the 2 years Farella was not there. And the only time she had lost it before was to Farella, both of their freshman years.
Standing ovation for Allison. And here's Lindsay, too. She'll have a standing ovation as well. Outstanding swimming. We've been doing this a long time, Mike, and this is one of the best all-time races we've seen.
Well, I would say I certainly can't match your experience, Bruce, but this is the best race that we've ever seen here. There's Lindsay.
And the crowd, everybody's standing up. It gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. Yeah. This place is capturing a special moment. By the way, the national girls swimming record, 49.66 seconds, and a pretty fair swimmer set that too, Nicole Hazlett, when she was in high school in St. Petersburg, Florida, and that was a few years ago. The state record again, Betsy Lind, who had the 50 and the 100 freestyle record since 1980-81, loses them both in the same meet. Well, what can you say about that? Except we'll be seeing more activity now as we come to the 500-yard freestyle, the consolation heat. So from the sprint, we will go for a nice long endurance test. The 500-yard free. Kristen Harvey from Friend, lane 1, and Danauer from Urbana, lane 2. Wilmette's Loyola Academy's Tara Jacobson, lane 3. Kathleen Gilbert from Oak Park River Forest, lane 4. Amy Eiler from Stagg, lane 5. And at the bottom of your picture from Glenbard East, Maureen Suedo.
Mr. Starter. Take your mark.
The leader in the heat is in lane 3. He's best qualifier, Tara Jacobson, who was third last year, I believe.
Jacobson third a year ago and seventh the year before that. Best qualifying time here, and it's 20 laps. 20, well, you don't want to say leisurely laps, because the strategy here is what counts.
You'll notice the girls are breathing every stroke in this race. We're in the 50, the race in the 100 that we just saw. The girls didn't breathe much at all. They take 1 or 2 breaths per length. Here you need to breathe you need that oxygen. You need to breathe every stroke. Sometimes on both sides, so you can take a look at the field. But they settle into a nice rhythm here, and that's what Tara looks like she's doing right now, right in the middle of the screen there, with the purple suit, black cap.
There's our underwater cam, manned by our trio, by our Sports Channel crew. And Jacobson in the middle of the pool to her left, and Danenhauer, seventh a year ago. Danenhauer from Urbana High. And there are your two leaders. Although coming up in lane 1, Kristen Harvey, a freshman from Fremd.
Tara takes a breath on both sides just before the turn, it looks like, and so she can get a look at the other side of the field too. She's in a good position right in the middle, so she can see everybody. The best she can do is 7th, so all she really has to do is win her heat to get 7th place.
Amy, another one of the returnees from Olympic trials, Olympic training, will try to break a 10-year-old state record in the championship heat. Meanwhile, in the consolation, Danenhauer and Jacobson.
Danenhauer's come on a little bit.
Other, yeah.
And that starts to wear on you mentally. If you take an early lead and somebody starts to come up on you, all of a sudden it gets a little harder to pull those arms through, and the arms get a little bit heavier. We'll see what'll happen here. This is coming up on the 300 with 200 yards to go after this this next turn. 12 laps. This is the 12th lap. Coming up here. It looks like
Danenhauer up top, Jacobson on the bottom.
Gilbert down below a little bit, and poor Tara, she's getting it from all sides right now.
Now Gilbert in lane 4.
Oak Park River Forest, you're right.
Junior Kathleen Gilbert. Neck and neck, all three swimmers in lanes 2, 3, and 4. Very close, but lane 4, Gilbert has the edge as they come to the end of lap 14, 6 to go.
Gilbert looks like she's getting a little bit stronger here. She's got the mental edge too. She started off slow and controlled, and she's built up, and she's almost got a half a body length lead now.
Danenhauer has fallen back some. Jacobson is second, and she and Gilbert turn close together. And the crowd gets into it. Gilbert in lane 4 on the bottom.
Tara Jacobson's just trying to keep contact now in hopes that she can just run her down and out sprint her the last 2 laps. We'll see what happens, but she's got to maintain that contact. If she lets her get away, then it's all over for her.
3 laps to go after this touch. Gilbert, the junior from Oak Park, at the bottom, right there closest to you in lane 4. Next to her is Tara Jacobson. As we come up to the last 2 laps, you heard the gun.
Gilbert tried to break contact, and she was able to a little bit. She had a lot stronger turn than Tara Jacobson did on that last turn.
Gilbert with a body length on Jacobson, the final 25 yards. Kathleen Gilbert from Oak Park. Again, this is for 7th place, or best time in the consolation heat, best finish in the consolation heat. It will be Gilbert from Oak Park.
Gilbert, nice finish with a time of 5:03. Fabulous swim. Fabulous swim.
2nd place goes to Jacobson, and 3rd place to Ann Dannenhauer. The winning time, as you said in the consolation, Bruce, 5:03.26, well off the state record of 4:48 flat.
And nobody knows more than Kathleen or Kathy Gilbert that if she'd done that time last night, she would have been in the top 6. Nice swim for her. She's real excited. Look, but she was just pulling away at the end here. She was in a groove, or in a zone, as Michael says, and she got it.
Junior Kathleen Gilbert from Oak Park winning the consolation heat. Now let's set the lanes for the championship heat. Molly Vetter from University High in Normal, 10th in this race a year ago, 5th 2 years ago. The junior is in lane 1. Allison Olek, senior from Fremd, finished 5th a year ago in lane 2. Amy McGowan, you know her story. She's been training a year, has not competed, finished 2nd in 1994. Amy from Addison Driscoll. She's already won the individual medley. Lane 4, Janice Sprengel, a sophomore from St. Charles, 2nd a year ago. Erica Von Out from St. Charles, her teammate in lane 5, finished 7th. And finally, Susie Sample, a sophomore from Lyons LaGrange, in lane 6. Now, again, we tell you, meanwhile, one of the swimmers apparently is being helped out of the pool. We'll see if we can check on that.
Tara Jacobson.
That is Tara Jacobson being helped by teammates. She's under her own power, but see if we can find that out. Meanwhile, Diane Barry is checking one of those faulty timers again. Wasn't that a PBS series?
Faulty timers?
Faulty timers, yeah. That was a PBS show. Tara Jacobson was assisted from the pool. She is now in the auxiliary pool. Yeah, actually, she's right behind that pole. We can't try to get a better shot of her for you, but she seems to be, there she is, seems to be okay. The endurance factor, obviously.
Well, and some of these kids have asthma that they swim through, as we saw in the Olympics. And
Tom Dolan.
Yeah, and she might have some medical problems as well. She could have swallowed water. She's recovering now. I just want to see a smile on her face.
She seems to be okay. There's a look at the, oh my, yes sirree. Looks like the Lions are at it again. Meanwhile, we take you back to the 500-yard freestyle championship heat. Again, Amy McGowan in lane 3, the swimmer to watch as she goes for a victory and perhaps another state record.
Every one of these girls, these top flight ones that we've talked about today, Lindsay and Allison, and now Amy McGowan, they have beautiful starts. You can tell they've worked on them. Their hands, as they enter the water, they're on top of each other. They're not sloppy. They've worked on all the little details.
McGowan leading, Erica Von Out in lane 5, and teammate Janice Sprengel, both from St. Charles.
I had a brief chance to talk to Amy before the meet, and you know, I said, how do you swim this race when there doesn't seem to be that much competition? She said, I just have to go out as hard as I can. That's all I want to do is just try to go out as hard as I can and keep going.
Well, that's something that may keep her from setting a record. In the prelims, her time, as you mentioned, 10 seconds better than the second place qualifier.
I said, don't you get bored? She said, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, like Michael gets bored scoring 30.
Yeah, right. As we noted in the in the individual medley that she has a kind of an unauthorized backstroke above the water, but underwater it is very, very efficient. She pulls all the way through. One arm looks real straight and looks like it enters off to the side a little bit, but when she pulls, it pulls right down the center of her body, and that's where you coaches want her to be.
You can see she's running against the clock here. She's not worried about the field. She's already got 5 yards on her closest pursuers.
I'm not sure I could walk that fast.
Well, coming up to the 200-yard mark, 8 laps down, 12 to go. Magawa would love to shoot down that 4:48 from Bridget Bowman's Glenbard West record set back at 86.
Well, her 200 split would have placed her in the consolation finals of the 200 freestyle. So that explains, that shows you how fast she's out. These good swimmers can hardly wait to get to the state meet usually because that gives them some competition that they don't normally see.
Meanwhile, Bruce, I don't mean to interrupt, but her spotter who holds the boards showed Amy a 6, held the board upside down. It should have been a 9. I don't think Amy was you don't know, we may ask her later, but everybody else is holding the 9 up. And
well, you know, I have a feeling that might be a clue from her coach. You hold it one way if you're on pace, or if you hold it upside down if you're off pace. I'm sure Amy hasn't lost count. They know exactly where they are, and there might be some kind of a signal.
Lap number 12 completed here. That's 300 of the 500 yards. Time the split 2:54.56, Bruce.
And you notice that the
now they're
numbers are upside down again.
See if we can get a shot of that for you. Next time she comes by, it'll be lap 15.
Go right side up now. But let's turn our attention back to Amy. She has a nice long stroke, and she has a very quick turnover. Janet Evans type stroke, and Janet is in her prime.
Now you'll see again the numbers upside down at 15. There it is. 125 yards to go. The split 3:33.63. There's no doubt what she's shooting for. 4:48 flat. Magawa's got 2/3 of the pool on everybody.
She's got 100 left to go. She's got to do it in about a 56. That's going to be a little tough from here. But their coach down there is jumping up and down, so he knows right where she's supposed to be.
They're calling to her. 2.5 laps to go. We're at 4:23.
She could do it.
Got to go 4:48. That's the record.
Yeah, she has to come back on a 25. 25, and that's going to be pretty. That's going to be pretty tough.
That's state record, or it used to be. Here we go at 4:43. It's not going to happen. 4:46, 7, 8. It will not be a record, but it will be a resounding victory at 4:52.21 for Amy Magawa.
Just a really nice swim, and she is by far the class of the field. We had a nice race for seconds there with Molly Viter from Normal getting second, or third. She got third, just touched out.
Erica Vanau coming in second, and third place Molly Vetter from Normal U-High. But the story here, Amy Magawa, start to finish at 4:52.21. She's not happy, but only because she didn't break that record.
And you can see the underwater look at the finish. Good stroke, good technique underwater. That's what we're looking for as a coach. And yeah, look at how before anybody else comes into the picture. It's just, it's amazing. Half a pool length.
Well, you see the value of competition, and Amy McGowan, I'm sure, has got a lot more she can do, but she finishes her high school career.
No, she's a junior.
I'm sorry, that's right. She is a junior. She'll be back next year, something to shoot for. And she is the winner now at the 500-yard freestyle here in Evanston. Relay's coming up.
Come on, we can get it. Dude, go for it. Are you crazy? Got it. Santa is not gonna like this.
Take an elf home for the holidays on special cans from Pepsi. Right now, when you buy Pepsi, you can get $5 back on Microsoft CD-ROM.
To the podium, here's Amy McGowan.
Amy, what a great meet she's had today.
Well, we knew this meet would be exciting, but we are getting our money's worth for sure. Amy McGowan just trying to put on that sprint at the end to get a state record, but coming up a little bit short only in that pursuit. Certainly she dominated the field as we thought she would. She finished second 2 years ago, and she's first in 1996.
And she'll be back.
Well, the LaGrange Township, yes, fashion statement right there. Meanwhile, let's pick up the consolation heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay. One line LaGrange, lane 2 Freeport, Oak Park River Forest, lane 3, Stag, lane 4, Evanston, lane 5, New Trier, lane 6. Again, the consolation heat in the relays, but it's important for team scoring because points are doubled. Getting out quickly in lane 3, Oak Park River Forest.
And Lyons is out there too in lane 1.
And they will hand it off. It looks like lane 3.
This is really an exciting race. Everybody goes a 50-yard freestyle, and it's down and back, down and back, down and back. It's great.
Tara Binkley for Oak Park touching first in lane 3 as we come to the end of the second leg. That is Binkley in the middle in the gold cap for the Huskies. And Oak Park has the lead.
Laura Graham
for the Huskies again, swimming the third leg in lane 5. Meanwhile, the hometown Evanston team trying to make a little move behind Emily Hatcher. And lane 1, we're looking up top, that's Lyons LaGrange. And here we go, it is still Oak Park first. And second is Lyons LaGrange. Oak Park in lane 3. Marie Lehner for Evanston in lane 5. Kathleen Gilbert, lane 3, trying to take the consolation.
And Evanston's come on strong. Marie Lehner.
Lehner coming up, but it is Oak Park first.
Evanston second.
Evanston comes in second, and third, lane 2, the Pretzels, on the strength of their relay team, coming in third. That was a good warm-up. There you see the order of finish.
It really is an exciting race. A lot of kids are involved. It's a short race.
1:38:35.
Here's Oak Park at the end here, and Evanston's way down at the bottom. They just finished there. You can't miss them there. There's the Wildcats getting out of the water there.
So Oak Park takes the consolation, finishing in 7th place. Evanston coming in 8th, and Freeport in 9th. Now for the championship heat, Waubonsee Valley lane 1. Palatine lane 2. Again, that's Allison Weimer. She helped her team win another gold medal in this last year. Naperville Central, fastest qualifiers, lane 3. St. Charles lane 4. Barrington lane 5, and Richwood lane 6. Good look at the Knights. Heather Lingenfelder. She will be down at the bottom in lane 6. Again, Naperville Central finished second a year ago. Palatine finished first. They're in lane 3 and lane 2. Central on 3, Palatine in lane 2.
Mr. Starter. Take your mark.
Start's so critical here.
Well, I would guess, Bruce, lanes 2, 3, and 4 should be action. Palatine, Naperville Central, and St. Charles. We shall see.
They will be, and they all swam so well last night. I know Wabansie Valley should be in it too, and they changed their order from last night. And I think they put their fastest swimmer first, trying to get a little speed out there in front. And they touched first.
Christina Iaquinta, the veteran swimmer, is first in the first leg. Now Didi Wojtowicz, the freshman, trying to hold on to it. And so far it's Wojtowicz in lane 1, right at the top there. She's still got the lead for her team. Coming up second, Palatine, third, Naperville Central, and fourth, St. Charles. Just the way they're stringing them out across the water.
Yeah, and the strategy paid off for Wabansie Valley, changing their order. They got the lead there, and everybody else is playing catch-up.
Another freshman, Jessica Wagner, now swimming the third leg for Wabansie Valley. So they've got their fastest people, first, second, and third.
Jessica's the leading qualifier in the breaststroke, but she's not thinking about that now. It's leading in lane 1.
Angie Bankston coming up from Naperville Central in lane 3. Here comes the final swimmers. Allison Weimer in the pool. Meanwhile, it's Adrian Terry for Wabansie Valley. Can Weimer catch her? Weimer's in lane 2. In lane 3, meanwhile, for Naperville Central, it's Ellen Stonebreaker. Where have we seen this before? Wabansie Valley at the top, falling back now. It is Weimer, lane 2. Stonebreaker, lane 3. Weimer turning it on and takes it.
Nice. Nice. You've got to be happy as a coach to have somebody like that at the very end. She just took charge, and wow, nice job.
Second year in a row, Palatine has won this event. Second year in a row, Allison Weimer has basically won it for them, coming from behind to do it. The time, 1:36.97. Guess what? It's another new state record.
No way, really?
1:37.07, the previous record. This one goes to, it is the 4th mark to fall this weekend. Let's take a look at the finish. And there's Allison Weimer getting the hugs. Watch her churning it on.
Look at how high her head is. That's her good body position. And again, she finishes hard and turns around as if she's looking for her time at the other end. As so often is the case at swimming pools, the time is at the other end. But you know, she had a lot of fun because that's a real team event, and she has so much pressure on her individually in her individual races. She gets to do something for the team there, and I bet that's a real thrill for her.
Okay, we stand corrected. It is not a new state record, but it is close, and it is quite an effort. Meanwhile, Palatine wins it for the 2nd year in a row, and we shall return.
When you played the Bulls, who did you have to guard?
I did have to cover Michael one game.
Oh, that had to be ugly.
He was. I killed him.
Well, basically, I didn't choose for my hair to be bald. It just left me once upon a time ago.
Wait a minute now.
Things that you can't change and you can't, you have no control over. Hey, don't worry about it. Just do what you do best and focus on that.
Hey, see who the champion is.
Yeah, Palatine setting the record last year of 1:36.31. They were just above that today at 1:36.97. But 3 of the 4 swimmers returning from last year, including Allison Weimer on that anchor leg, and she came from behind to win it again. And there are the Pirates. Diane Barry, the meet director, putting the ribbons on the winning team.
That was Allison's last shot as a... Oh, no, she's in the finals of the
She's got the
400,
right. Won that last year, too. So we'll see what happens. Well, if you like your IHSA action, we've got it coming fast and furious. Coming up, we can't wait to show you Thanksgiving weekend on Sports Channel. We're going to bring you all 6 Illinois High School Association football state title games. Stars of the future today in the setting of championship sports will be down in Normal. Hancock Stadium, classes 1A through 6A, Friday and Saturday, all starting on Friday morning. Tune right in, right here on the channel, Sports Channel, what IHSA fans want. Let's go now to the 10th of 12 events, the 100-yard backstroke. And here in the consolation heat, Jill Bergman, a freshman from Stevenson, lane 1. Megan Parisa Moline, lane 2. Lauren Stark, New Trier, lane 3. Champaign Centennial sophomore Kara Wright, lane 4. Kristen Cullen from Friend, lane 5. And Jocelyn Petrella from Naperville North in lane 6. Petrella finished 10th a year ago, and Lauren Stark, with the fastest qualifying time, finished 4th in 1995. She will be in lane 3.
A lot of the girls stay underwater for almost half the length of the pool. They think it gets them off to a quicker start, less resistance, and obviously they don't have to use their arms much when they're swimming underwater. Puts them in the oxygen debt right away, and so there's some controversy about that technique.
Lauren Stark in lane 3. Next to her, Carol Wright from Champaign Centennial, lane 4. As they come halfway home, it will be Stark touching first. And second right next to her is Carol Wright from Centennial. And they are running 1-2 right now.
Lauren Stark's a real gamer, and she must have been a little bit disappointed last night when she didn't make it into the top 6. But she's swimming really well today, swimming like the real champion that she is.
This is Stark ahead there in lane 2. Parisi of Moline. They come to touch. It is Stark easily, number 1, and number 2 will be Carol Wright from Centennial. And third, Jocelyn Petrella from Naperville North, and a fairly easy race for Lauren Stark.
Yeah, again, if she'd done that time last night, she would have been swimming in the top 6.
58.84, well off the state record, but a good effort from New Trier's Lauren Stark.
Look at her finish here. She bobs her head a little bit, and that would be something I'd like to correct if I was her coach. But she has a nice finish. Keeps her arms moving and drives to the wall.
And that's the consolation heat. Let's go to the championship heat, where a freshman leads the qualifiers. First in lane 1, Sarah O'Fallon, sophomore from Naperville North. Susie Sample, another sophomore from Lyons LaGrange, lane 2. The freshman from Hinsdale Central, Jessica Roberts. Best qualifying time, lane 3. Valerie Conti from Fenton, lane 4. Melissa Lumpkins, who won this a year ago but doesn't have the fastest qualifying time this year. Lumpkins in lane 5 from Oak Park River Forest. And Colleen Barrow from Schaumburg, 11th place a year ago. She is in lane 6.
This is a lot of pressure on the freshman.
And the defending champion is coming out of lane 5. Roberts, we haven't been talking about Carol Bogo's Hinsdale Central team too much lately. Of course, they've been a perennial power here, and maybe they'll get their first win today.
Carol's got a real young team this year, and this is the last of the Roberts clan. There's been 5 girls that have swum for Carol that have with this last name, and there's Carol at the end of the lane.
Not including Julia, right?
Not including Julia Roberts.
How to do that. 50 yards it is. Jessica Roberts first. Next to her in lane 4 is Valerie Conti, the junior.
Jessica looks really strong here. Nice turn, perfect timing, off the wall first, and now she keeps her head nice and still.
Roberts coming to the finish. Conti below her. Rumpus in lane 5 is not going to be a factor this year.
Conti, ooh, close, but Roberts wins.
The time 57.31, and the freshman has come in with the victory.
There's Carol tapping her on the head. She is one excited coach. Rough day yesterday, a couple 13ths, and they don't get to swim today, but look at the finish here. Talking about Jessica in the red cap here. Nice arm recovery, straight arm recovery, reaches back overhead and dives to the wall. Nice finish.
Roberts first in a time of 57.31. Valerie Conti, the junior from Fenton, who has been in top 7 in this race all through her career. The juniors finished 7th, 5th, now 2nd this year. And 3rd, the sophomore Susie Sample from Lyons LaGrange, 8th place a year ago. She has moved up considerably at the ladder, and all 3 should be back next year. And we'll be back right after a break. The breaststroke is next. The freshman class we told you would be a factor. It has been in various parts, but the first victory for a freshman on this meet goes to Jessica Roberts of Hinsdale Central in the 100-yard backstroke. 2nd, Valerie Conti, who finished 5th a year ago. 3rd, Susie Sample, a sophomore from Lyons LaGrange. The defending champion, Melissa Lumpkis from Oak Park, slipping to 4th, but with a time that was almost a second and a half better than her winning time last year. You can see how the competition has stepped up. 5th was Sarah O'Fallon of Naperville North. Colleen Barrow of Schaumburg finishes 6th. And there is the freshman, Jessica Roberts. And Carol Bobo has her first champion for the 1996 meet. Well, congratulations to Jessica. And on now to the breaststroke, where freshmen are expected to shine as well. Meanwhile, the consolation heat, Shelley Orrit from Aurora Rosary in lane 1. Heidi Borden from Monmouth, lane 2. Shane Ruth, the top qualifier in the consolation from New Trier, lane 3. Melinda Harold from Hersey High School, lane 4. Susan Firkin from Columbia in lane 5 and lane 6. Last year's 8th place finisher, Patty Fisher from Naperville North. So Shane Ruth looking for some more team points for New Trier and possibly a 7th place finish for herself if she holds true to form for the consolation. 100-yard breaststroke. Well, they're off.
We'll see some contrasting styles here. This girl in lane 2 looks like she's has a real fast turnover. Shane Ruth in lane 3 has a little slower turnover, but accelerates her arms forward fast. A lot of it's based on how strong her kick is and what you feel comfortable with.
Coming up to the halfway point, first touch is Shane Ruth.
Just barely.
Just barely. 200. Melinda Howard, lane 4 next to her. That is Ruth up top. Harold in the orange cap.
Looks like lane 1's picked up a little bit there. Shelley Ulrich from Rosary.
And as they head for home, it is Ulrich of Rosary in lane 1, Borden in lane 2, and Ruth in lane 3. It's going to be very tight. Ruth in lane 3 may have an edge, but Ulrich in lane 1.
Ruth.
And it is Ruth. Shane Ruth, 107.80. That is her time. Second goes to Orrit of Aurora Rosary, and 3rd, lane 2, Heidi Borden of Monmouth.
Nice swim by Shane. Shane told me earlier today she's never been a 108 in the breaststroke. She's been a 109 for 3 years and then a 107 this year.
Well, she's got to be happy with that, and we'll show you the finish with
nice
Ruth in the
finish
middle.
here. Stretching here. Hesitated a little bit. I think she was trying to make up her mind. Should I take that last stroke or should I stretch for the wall? She made the right decision.
Well off the state record, 103.84. Now let's check the championship heat. And as we told you at the beginning of the broadcast, 5 of the 6 qualifiers are freshmen. Paula Nosal from St. Charles, lane 1, a freshman. Emily Pasula, Freeport, lane 2, a freshman. Ditto, Jessica Wagner, top qualifier from Wabansu Valley. And Liz Profit, Palatine, in lane 4. Carolyn Griever, some senior experience. She finished 2nd a year ago in this event in lane 5. And Jennifer Bean from Lincoln Way, lane 6. Yep, she's a freshman. possibly a state record here.
Senior got off to the best start there.
And that is Grievers, but Wagner missed the state record by 2/100ths in the preliminaries. That is Wagner, middle of the pool, lane 3. Grievers in lane 5 in the yellow cap now, falling a bit back to Liz Profit, the other freshman.
Now remember, we just saw Jessica in that relay, the 200 relay that did so well for Wabanti. And here she is coming back 2 events later doing the breaststroke, and she's swimming outstanding.
Heading into the final turn, it is Wagner first. Second is Profit, the 2 freshmen. 3 freshmen with Fasula coming up in lane 2. She's at the top. In the middle is Wagner, the freshman leading the way. Here comes Wagner. Not going to be a record.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, it is by a second. She broke the state record by a second. Unbelievable.
1:02.98. Wow. Another record goes.
Unbelievable. State record.
Second is Liz Profit at 1:04.64. Third, the other freshman, Fasula, 1:05.85. Holy, Jessica Wagner, another mark goes by the board.
Wow. Unbelievable meet. Look at this finish. She was out really, really fast. She was out under 30 seconds, and she just brought it back. I'm stunned.
So freshmen winning back-to-back events here, the backstroke and the breaststroke, or back-to-breast events, if you will.
Wow.
And another state record falls. What a meet this has been, and we still have the relay to come. Well, freshmen almost across the board. Jessica Wagner winning it first in record time. Liz Profit second, Fasula third, Paula Noso, all freshmen. Carolyn Grievers, the only upperclassman there. And Jennifer Bean finishes sixth. So again, the cycle continues. So interesting that this year's senior class was an outstanding freshman class, and here are the freshmen making their mark, led by Jessica Wagner from Wabanti Valley. A true warrior in 9th grade. And Bruce, I don't know what you can say. It is the 3rd state record to fall today, 1 yesterday. A total of 4 out of 12 have gone down in this meet.
I think the only thing you could say is Illinois swimming has really picked up. We've seen the seniors setting state records in the Olympic year or the year after Olympic year. We've seen the freshmen. Bodes well for the future of Illinois swimming.
Our final event coming up, and it is always exciting and glamorous. The 400-yard freestyle relay, the consolation heat, Glenbrook North, lane 1. Peoria Richwoods, lane 2. Barrington, the top qualifier for the consolation. Lane 3, Lyons LaGrange. Lane 4, Friend High School, lane 5. And rounding out the field in lane 6, Aurora Rosary. 4 swimmers, 4 laps each, 100 yards. And we'll bring you the consolation now, and so much depends on the scoring here for the team championship. Again, lane 1 at the top, lane 6 at the bottom or left of your picture.
Really quick start. It looked like the lure was a little on the deep side. Glenbrook North is out fast, lane 1.
After the first turn, it's Glenbrook North, Sarah Hoppy in lane 1. Coming up next to her in lane 2, Heather Lingenfelder for Richwoods. And they're halfway home in the first leg.
Glenbrook North taking the early lead, and again, little strategy takes place here. Sometimes the coaches put their fastest swimmers first to try to get the edge a little bit. We saw that in the 200 relay.
Right, and it didn't work for Waubonsee Valley, but it made it interesting, certainly. Here comes Hoppy, finishing the first leg. Sarah Schwartz in the water first for Glenbrook North. Kristen McCall for Richwoods next to her in the white cap. Still Glenbrook North. Again, the consolation heat here in the 4x100. Schwartz extending the lead a bit. Coming up in lane 3, Jenny Brew for Barrington.
She started to die a little bit as she was going into the turn, and then actually she came out of the wall second, I believe.
Very quickly. It is Barrington in first place. Second now, Lyons LaGrange with Dina Girardi. Here comes Drew for Barrington, finishing her leg. She'll hand it off to Becky Mutz.
Becky's a great freestyler. Good body position. She's got her head up high, and she's turning those arms.
This is Mutz for Barrington, holding on to the lead. In second, Lyons LaGrange, Susie Sample.
Barrington's swimming really well these last couple days. Jim Bart has got their girls really in good shape.
Becky Mutz halfway through her leg. She's first. Second is LaGrange.
Susie Sample coming on strong.
Lyons LaGrange, Susie Sample.
Barrington's going to finish up with, who's that?
Jackie Molson.
Jackie Molson and Lauren Warner for Lions.
Winner for Lions. Here we come to the final leg.
Looks like Lions is taking a little bit of a lead.
Lions
Good
comes
start.
up quickly. Sample gets in the lead. Lauren Winger goes in. Barrington, meanwhile, is going with Jackie Molson. So there they are, the two of them dueling it out. That's Barrington up top. On the bottom is Lyons LaGrange. The angle a little bit off. They are dead even right now.
It looks, almost a little bit like Barrington's taking the lead again.
Yeah, Barrington has touching first.
Yeah, actually, the clock shows they both touch exactly at the same time.
3:08.98.
So now, who wants it the most? They both want it badly.
Here it comes, final 25 yards. That is Barrington, lane 3. Lyons, lane 2, and Barrington and Jackie Molson seem to have the edge. Barrington seems to have it. Molson will touch, and it is Barrington first.
136.68.
And Lyons second, and Peoria Richwoods third. Wow, good race again.
We've had a lot. We've had a lot of great races today. A lot of fun ones to watch.
3:36.68 the time, and we'll show you the last 25 yards. Barrington pulling away under Jackie Molson's stroke.
She looks pretty confident there and pretty strong. It's hard to see the finish here, but we can see that she finishes first from Barrington, and then LaGrange second.
Richwoods third, Friend fourth, Rosary fifth, and Glenbrook North sixth. So here it is, the final event, the finals of the 400-yard freestyle relay. Lake Forest High School, lane 1. Oak Park River Forest, lane 2. Naperville Central, top qualifier, lane 3. Palatine, winners a year ago, and you know who's swimming the anchor leg. Allison Weimer in lane 4. St. Charles finished second last year. They're in lane 5. And Stagg is in lane 6. And as we look across the pool, we see people we know. That's Judy Tellender. And her husband is probably working today. Rick is right in the column because their daughter Lauren is swimming for
Lake Forest.
Lake Forest. Palos Hills closest to you. Lake Forest in lane 1.
Take your mark.
Well, they go out quickly, lane 2. Oak Park River Forest, Naperville Central in lane 3. Palatine in lane 4.
St. Charles is in lane 5, and you know, they're always a power. Lane 1 is Lake Forest. They're out to an early lead.
Meanwhile, in lane 3, Naperville Central, and in lane 5, St. Charles with Erica Van Out. Lane 3, it's Angie Bankston.
Naperville Central.
For Naperville Central.
John Carlson's got those kids swimming really well today.
Meanwhile, Lake Forest still has the lead as they finish the first leg. Lake Forest touches first.
53-14.
Lake Forest holding the lead, but Naperville Central's Darcy Miller trying to put on a spurt here. And also lane 2, Megan Michelle for Oak Park now. But Lake Forest still holding on.
You know,
150 yards.
We might keep our eye on Palatine in lane 4. We know that Allison Weimer set a state record today in that event. She didn't win it, but she's going to be the anchor leg there.
As long as Allison Weimer is on the block, nothing is safe from Palatine's Pirates, although they trail a bit badly right now. It is still Lake Forest trying to hold on. Right next to them, Oak Park River Forest, OPRF. And in third place, Naperville Central going to the third swimmers here. It is Oak Park first in the water, Cara Binkley. Amanda Burant for Naperville Central. Liz Profit, the freshman for Palatine. And Allison Weimer will be in the anchor leg. Meanwhile, for St. Charles, Christine Anderson. And Oak Park still holding on in lane 2.
That's going to be a little, it looks like a little too much for Allison to make up.
Lake Forest is dropping back now. Lane 3, Naperville Central. Palatine in lane 4 is running right now 5th.
Allison Weimer's been in this position before.
Well, she may need an outboard motor for this one, but if anybody can do it, Weimer can. Meanwhile, Oak Park getting ready to hand it off to Melissa Lumpkins, the defending former backstroke champion. She's going to swim the ankle leg right here. Let's see what Weimer can do. And Ellen Stonebreaker for Naperville Central. That classic confrontation again. Will it be enough? Weimer starting to churn through that water. Meanwhile, Oak Park River Forest Lumpkins in lane 2. They turn. Stonebreaker, lane 3. There is Lumpkins in the cap. Stonebreaker next to her. Weimer trying to make it up. But this time won't be enough. We don't think. Watch Lake Forest again, though. They're coming up in lane 1.
I think Allison's got that outboard motor on her feet. Look at her kick.
Boy, Allison Weimer in lane 4. Take it down the bottom of your picture. Allison Weimer in lane 4. Watch the Lake Forest folks. They're trying to tear it through. Allison Weimer now on the final kick. She may have the lead. Stonebreaker next to her in lane 3. Lake Forest.
Allison Weimer.
Weimer, though, trying to put it on. Can she do it?
What a finish.
She did it again.
We've seen it all.
I can't believe this.
This is unbelievable.
The ex-New Trier coach cheering for Palatine. What else is going to happen? Next thing you know, a Northwestern coach is going to turn down Notre Dame. Allison Weimer was 5th when she started. But that doesn't matter, does it?
No. It's where you finish. Look at that kick that Allison has here at the end. She has the strongest kick I've ever seen. She's such a delight to see swim, to watch her. She competes, and I bet she really enjoyed competing for the team in the relay there. The pressure was off her. It's a team sport on the relays. What a nice swim. There's, again, finish. She made it look easy.
Well, not a bad day, huh? 3 golds and a silver.
And the time she was second, she broke the state record.
Right. Last year, 4 golds. Allison Weimer, the Palatine Pirates, they've done it again. We will bring you the awards, wrap things up, catch our breath too, why not? The results of the 400-yard freestyle relay. How many more times can we say this? Led by Allison Weimer, the Palatine Pirates pull out another relay. Lake Forest comes in second, and they did very, very well. Naperville Central third, Oak Park River Forest, St. Charles, and Halos Hill Stagg High School. And you have to take a look at this team. They are amazing. Same group won the 200 and the 400. And it is just an incredible finish. And you know who we have to credit for that. Yes, it is a team sport, but hey, there she is. Ooh. Allison Weimer. 4 gold medals last year. This year, 3 golds and a second place. But individually, can you say in a team sport anybody can do more for a team than Allison Weimer can? Meanwhile, let's check our Pepsi play of the game, because we will go to actually our race of the game, because it is the 100-yard freestyle between Allison Weimer on the right. And once again, we've got Lindsay Farella, who is coming back. This was the race everybody thought it would be, stroke for stroke, coming to the finish.
And you can tell, look at the finish there. You can't tell who won from looking there. Thank goodness we have the electronic timing. And we can see it again and again and again, and I couldn't tell you unless I have the electronic timing who won.
Well, who won? Lindsay Farella in the white cap won from Elk Grove Village by 4/100ths of a second over Allison Weimer, both breaking a state record that had existed in Illinois for 16 years. They are rivals, yet they are close friends, and you can see neither is disappointed, although they both may drown if they hold on to each other much longer. We know everything turned out all right. What an incredible meet, and what an incredible race. And as for the team championship, well, look at this. 3rd year in a row, St. Charles wins, followed by Palatine, Waubonsee Valley, then Lake Forest, Barrington, Naperville Central. Bruce Woodbury, the fact that St. Charles can win a team title without winning a single event, I guess tells you something about depth.
It tells you something about depth. It tells you something about coaching. It tells you something about the program. Jennifer Heyer has just a fabulous program there, and the tradition and the depth is just unbelievable. Second, third swimmers are doing outstanding job, and the girls have lots and lots of confidence in her, as well they should.
Well, our congratulations to Wayne DeMar. There's Mary Struckoff from the IHSA. She's got big shoes to fill. Ola Bundy's, of course, and she is giving the medals to everyone. We'd also like to remind you, of course, you can read about all this, and well, there is so much to read about in the Chicago Tribune, the official newspaper of the IHSA State Championship. Pick up the Trib for complete coverage of Illinois high school sports. It has been an incredible meet. Where can you start? You can start with Lindsay Farella winning 2 first-place medals and setting 2 state records. Allison Weimer, you have to come back to her with an incredible performance. 3 victories, including 2 relays, and what would have been a state record. The only place she finished second. There's Mary giving the award for the state championship to the St. Charles Saints. You've got some excellent performances, Bruce, by freshmen, whom we'll see in the coming years. What else can you say except it's been an incredible, incredible meet.
The best I've ever seen.
And 4 state championships were set over this weekend. Bruce, always good to work with you. Our thanks to all our friends here at Evanston, led by Shirley Nanini, Willie May, the athletic directors, Diane Barry, Julie K. Berg, and Jim Blickenstaff, the coaches and meet director. That's traditional. That trophy's waterproof, and they're all going to enjoy it at St. Charles. This event's produced and directed by Michelle Zaponte-Godwin. Graphics coordinator Bruce Mitchell. Coordinating producer is Dave Turner. Remote facilities provided by Trio Video. Our Vice President of Programming is Mike Bogart. For Bruce Woodbury, I'm Mike Lederman. Hope you've enjoyed this one. We're saying so long from Evanston High School. This has been a co-production of Sports Channel and Intersport Television. So long, everyone.
We're here with Mary Beth, Jennifer,